What's the deal, y'all?
What's good?
What up, though?
It's your girl, the Caribbean Chocolate, Jocelyn Navarro.
Good. It's the one that makes all
Now somebody hit my music.
I'm not contemplating and chasing, handling biz right now. We never waiting and patient, jumping at the crib right now. Put up my label, we made you staying legit right now. Could call the doctor, we operating, they sick or sit right.
Hey, what's going on? You know what it is. It's Dallas Cash, co-host of the March with Mike's podcast. Obviously, you don't see JT here, Mr. 6'9". He is away, but we want you guys to make sure that you extend some positive vibes. Go ahead and go to whatamaneuver.net, spread more positive vibes, grab a shirt up on there. Send JT some vibes right now. Not going to say what he's going through, but just send him some positive vibes. Once again, I'm your host. It's Dallas Cash. Welcome to the March with Mike's podcast. It's just me for right now, but I will be joined by the Mexican destroyer, El Jefe, Cheech. He will be joining me shortly, and then we'll go ahead and move forward. So we got a lot to talk about. Obviously, we have different things going on, stuff that happened. Obviously, AEW Forrbidden Door, which was a pretty good show. Compared to last year, I don't like really comparing the quality of the shows, but AEW had some surprises this year. They normally do. They put on a great wrestling show, and there's that. So we're going to do things a little differently with me. I think that we want to actually get into a little bit of some business here. And while we were doing that, I'm going to give us some hospitality. I happen to be from Florida, so rep by born in Jacksonville, Florida, raised in Akron, Ohio. We have some interesting things that we want to share with you guys. So we'll get right to it. So first off, obviously, with the upcoming shows for Tacos and Tequila, since we are now part of Tacos and Tequila festival as influencers, not necessarily brand ambassadors, but we are definitely going to be at Tacos and Tequila, and it all starts Saturday, September 20th. This is going to be the first of 3 that we'll be a part of. This one is actually going to be in Chicago. I don't think that this one is. I'm not sure. I don't have the venue on there. I can't physically see it on there. But this one will be September 20th, Saturday in Chicago. Make sure you get your tickets at the Tacos and Tequila Festival. I believe it's tacosandtequilafestival.com. If not, just Google Tacos and Tequila Festival. So the artist that will be performing there, funny enough, playing one of his instrumentals, Ludacris, Timbaland, Trick Daddy, Trina, David Banner, Paul Wall, Bubba Sparks, What the Hook Gon' Be, Murphy Lee, and DJ Ashton Martin. Now at this festival, they're going to have craft margaritas, tequila shot bars, chef-inspired street tacos from the best vendors around the world, and particularly in Chicago. Lucha Libre Wrestling. So there will be local talent out there. If you are in the Chicago area, make sure that you are getting your tickets so you can check out a little bit of everything. And a Chihuahua beauty pageant. I still am interested to see how this works out. Just because I don't know what that entails. Obviously, it's a show. I'm interested to see it. My wife, she's into dogs. I think, she's going to want to be a part of this as far as not a participant, but just as a viewer, spectator. And really, when you think about it, it's fun. Tacos and Tequila is changing the culture with what they're doing. And my thing is, for a first time going here, I want to get a little bit of everything. So make sure you go Saturday, September 20th, get your tickets. Make sure you cop those tickets and enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Enjoy the performances. Make some friends. Enjoy some tacos and tequila. Now, this show I will be attending as well. This one will be in my backyard. Technically not, but I'd say about 45 minutes away. Avon's about 45 minutes away. So this is going to be at Crusher Stadium in Avon, Ohio, or Cleveland, however you want to put it. At this one, we have Little John, Timbaland, Genuine, David Banner, Twista, Paul Wall, Mike Jones, Mike Jones, Young Jock, and DJ Wiki. A little bit of the same thing, except there's going to be an exotic car showcase as well. Was that on the last one? Let me just double check. No, was not on the last one. Okay, yeah, exotic car showcase. Obviously, this is going to be an interesting show, interesting turn of events. And we're looking at a good turnout for this. Well, we always show out in the Cleveland area. So that's a big thing for Tacos and Tequila to have us there. And we are very honored to be a part of this as well. So don't be surprised if you see some upcoming content from us at the March with Mike's podcast, Culture Clash Network, getting some hot content for you guys as well. Finally, Saturday, October 4th, this looks like it's in Florence, Kentucky. So this is the Kentucky Cincinnati area. We got Little John, Bow Wow, and Big Draco, Soulja Boy, Pretty Ricky, Chameleonaire, Paul Wall, Petey Pablo, Twista, Mike Jones, Mike Jones, Mike Jones, Bubba Sparks, and DJ Ashton Martin. So make sure when you go do that, make sure you cop your tickets. Get your tickets at tacosandtequilacincinnati.com. So I'm assuming the other one is Taco. And if you want to get your tickets specifically, it's tacosandtequilacleveland.com and then tacosandtequilachicago.com. So there's that. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. Russell Faith, good to see you. Talofa Malo. Hey, shout out to the wise man. That's WM4 Miami. I thought that was Miami the Great at first. Isla to DWE, Ariel, Greg, Zach. Good to have you guys here. All right. So when JT's running the show, he obviously does things, a certain way. I'm going to do it the way that I want to do it. Till Cheech gets here, we're going to pretty much just knock this out. Got a big show planned, and we want to kind of get to the reason why we're here, obviously, to talk about the recaps from the shows, predictions for Clash in Paris, move to that, need be. My thing is that with these shows and the rumors and news, there wasn't really too much that I wanted to point out as far as rumors and news were concerned. We could do that later on in the show. Or we could not. It really depends on, what your alternative is on it. But I wanted to pull out a couple of interesting tidbits of information. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about was going forward with this ESPN deal. A lot of you guys are kind of in a position to where you don't really know how you want to do it. Definitely I would say check with, if you have a Verizon as your provider, they definitely have bundles and packages, for those people who would like Disney, ESPN, and Hulu. If you have Hulu Live, you should be good. So you might already be set for the upcoming time with WWE. So have at it. So I don't know. Let's just jump into AEW Forbidden Door. Lena, good to see you. Hey, no handcuffs and whipped cream over here. Keep it respectful. Overall, good to see you, Lena. How's everything going out there? I don't know if you're not still in. You were born in Nazareth. I don't know where you are now. I thought it was on the East Coast, but I could be wrong. Forgive me for that. Anyway, let's jump into AEW Forbidden Door. Just because I want to get started, wanted to talk about it. Name of the episode is Forbidden Euros. Obviously, it was a UK tour, a UK takeover for both respective companies. And I think that literally binds in line with the fact that with everything that happened on SmackDown, particularly, which I wanted to point out was, The Miz and Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo was getting like that 2025 UK Bianca Belair heat. I don't know what it is about the UK and black wrestlers, but I seem to notice a pattern here. And I'm not understanding what exactly the disconnect is, but it that couldn't have been the case for Jade Cargill. She got a pretty big pop. So I don't necessarily know what it is out there, but I'm starting to notice it, and it is kind of like weird to me. Having said that, moving on, we're talking about AEW Forbidden Door. 0 Hour was pretty cool. I'm not going to highlight too much because it was a layered show. The city of Nazareth is located in northern LA. Well, yeah, I know that's where Jesus grew up, but where are you at? I thought you were on the East Coast of the United States for some reason. So forgive my ignorance on that. With that being said, let's get into AEW Forbidden Door. So what we're going to talk about, if I'll break this down a little bit, is so the show opens with which I was surprised that this was like the opener a little bit, but I wasn't. And that was okay, sorry, I was just getting a text from Cheech. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage against Kill Switch and Kip Sabian. Now, this was a pretty fun match. It was just fun to see Cope and Christian back together. That was my thing. Like, they had a nice feud in AEW. Couple of matches here and there, street fights, a lot of go find yourselves, go F yourself, all of that. My thing with Kip Sabian and Kill Switch is that this story leaves a lot of room to be desired because there's just so much more that they could have gotten out of this match. But I feel like for what it was worth, it was pretty it was pretty much a little of a slow burn, especially with Christian kind of trying to find himself into contesting Kill Switch, which was a nice build. And the crowd did chant Luchasaurus at him. I still think that's probably one of the worst names that could have been given to Kill Switch. Kill Switch was a much better name to that. And another thing with that was Kip Sabian being busted open, and that the way that the color was added to the match, I think was a big part in what was the pinnacle of the match going forward. And I think that is my colleague who is jumping in, and I will give him just a second to get together and we will bring him on. So with the color being in with the match, that was when it was like things started to pick up. I will say the Hey Bailey chant and turning that into Hey Christian, I want to know if you want to be my dad. That was just kind of like I don't know. That was kind of weird for me, man. I don't know. But before I get too ahead of myself, obviously a wonderful co-host is here. He is the second piece of the puzzle to the March with Mike's legacy. You say his name, he appears possibly with a beer and a Glock a Glock 26 in his hand. And he is Mr. 1 Hour Power. So you best believe that he ain't here for he only here for a good time, not a long time. L Cheech, what's good?
Thank you for the introduction. Like Power Punch Hour, kind of like that.
Yeah.
But,
hey, we gonna listen. Here's the thing: we got you for an hour. We don't
no,
try to not.
We good. I'm off tomorrow because I was
okay.
I planned out ahead. I was gonna go to West Side Gun, but shout out to JT and JT and Dom and the homie. but things didn't plan out. You know what I mean? So I forgot that I had requested that day off a long time ago. So we good, man. So whatever it takes.
Oh no, we gonna be out. We gonna be out of here in record time because we got a show to do, and I ain't trying to prologue it. So I want to try something new on the show. So we're gonna get to that in just a second. But we were talking about Cope and Christian Cage against Kill Switch and Kip Sabian. Did you manage to
Mm.
catch that match and give me your thoughts on it?
I mean, see them both. You know, for those with benefit of flash photography. You know, it's just it gets you in the feels like, oh shit. But I'm wondering, it's like, hold on, is he still a heel or he's a face? Because when you a heel, you wear a turtleneck, and he came out with a turtleneck, man. I'm like, oh no, not yet. But
Definitely.
yeah, but yeah, I thought it was dope. It was kind of I like Kill Switch out of nowhere, even though they had some history, but it was kind of like. I don't know, but I was glad for Kip Sabian. Don't get me wrong; he's been, lost in the sauce for quite some time. You know,
Mm,
so it was good to at least see him up there, man. He got the look. He'd been putting on for quite some time, so it was good to see him at that stage. But I don't know. I like nostalgia. You know what I mean? So I was good with it.
yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I think it was cool, and it was nice to see them back together. I saw a lot of people on Twitter that were like, "Oh, I think he should go back to being called Luchasaurus," which brings me to my next segment. We are going to just get that out the way, Cheech.
Dino Nuggets. No.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, Mr. Cheech. So I'm going to add Cheech to who said that shit. We're gonna spin the wheel and see what your punishment is gonna be for saying some bullshit like that. We don't want him to go back to Luchasaurus. So let's see what your punishment is gonna be. Your punishment will be the following. You fans get the word no, but in a different color. So no. And for the guy on Twitter that I was arguing with that said that AEW Forbidden Door was one of the worst displays of wrestling he's ever seen. I ain't gonna say your name, but you know who you are. I'm gonna tag you in this clip. What you can get is a New Jack guitar shot. You can get that shit. That shit is what you can get. Back to regularly
Yeah, but
scheduled.
while National Born Killers playing in the background, bitch.
Yeah, definitely. And tell you what, one thing right now. If you don't get that tacos and tequila, I got something else for you. I got one last thing for you. Get them tacos and tequila tickets, or you can just get told ain't no fucking way because you gonna get those tacos and tequila tickets. All right, back to regularly scheduled programming. All right, Wrestle Faith wasn't Kill Switch. No, that was Kill Shot. Um, all right, so moving on, we had the TNT Championship between Kyle Fletcher and Hiromu Takahashi, Protostar versus the Time Bomb. Man, listen, this was a dope match, man. I will say between Takahashi and Tanahashi, it's completely obvious whose knees weren't wrapped in vibranium, plastic, and gorilla glue on this night. But Kyle Fletcher, yo, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a fan of him at first, but I'm starting to really like how he operates in the ring. I'm starting to really check out what all he's about. And another thing is that Don Callis is just everywhere. And I'm getting tired of seeing Don Callis because he is like just a thorn in the side all the freaking time. It's
Yeah.
literally it's literally immensely pressuring how this happens. And gotta give a shout out to Walker Stewart. He did replace Tony Schiavone um on the commentary for the match for the New Japan Pro Wrestling Talent. And my thing is that even when when Takahashi laughed off the strikes by Fletcher, and then he kicked out of one from the big boot, And I'm thinking to myself, they've built Takahashi up as this imperial threat, and hearing Don Callis on commentary talk up Fletcher, but change his
That's
tone with when Takahashi turned the tide. It's just fucking funny to me, man. I like Callis, just he makes it easy to hate him. What was your take on it?
golden. He's one of the brightest guys over there on AEW TV. And he got a family. Fucking he got the version of the heel. I mean, everybody that pretty much is a heel is up there. Had a return. If we want to return, was that
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
return? There was a return to that match, right?
Yeah. Your mic has like popping going on, so it's like popping
No,
in and
give me one.
okay. Okay. All right, my bad. So I'll just keep you guys. Well, I think I'm hearing is it popping on my end too? We good? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? We good? Okay. So yeah. No, this match was pretty cool. No, I really rocked with this match. This was fun. Cheech, whenever you're ready to come back. I still hear the popping. Still hear it. Okay. Okay, probably that should be good. You can come back on whenever you're ready, Cheech. I'm just waiting on you. Hello?
One check, one check.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man, we got Cleveland's own back from the whatever the fuck he was at for 2 years.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. What happened? Where was he? Where was Wardlow? Because I was wondering. I was like, was he filming a movie? Like, was he in Twisted Metal and I didn't fucking know it? Or like, where was he? Where was Wardlow? I'm not sure, but
San Diego.
you said what?
No, he said, where in the world is Warlow,
Cars.
San Diego?
Like Wardlow. Nah. But yeah, yo, big shout out to Kyle Fletcher. He did obviously. The Protostar could not lose, man. He pulled it out. Pretty notable
He
match.
living up to that name.
He living up to the name. Definitely living up to the name. Next match, moving on. TBS Championship. We have Mercedes Moné versus Alex Windsor, and Persephone and Bozilla. Now, I will say, watching this match, I was like, okay, there's no way Mercedes is losing the TBS Championship. But the way the crowd was reacting for Alex Windsor, I didn't know. I didn't know if they were going to pull an audible. That's what I was. And everybody got a chant in this match. Everybody got a chance to shine. I was, Mercedes is going to cause a lot of divide just because she's Mercedes Moné. I mean, she's caused
Mercedes Hogan.
She's caused divide because of that. And then, like you said, I remember you had said on a show we had did, I think a few months ago, when you had said, yeah, this is the type of person she's going to be. Sometimes it's going to be up, sometimes it's going to be down, but at least she keeps the people talking. And yeah, that's correct. But at the same time, I'm not really sure if people are like if they want to still see her as TBS champion. Like, we want to see her collect the belts, but until she gets that belt from Tony Storm, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like
Those other
belts don't mean
belts,
nothing.
yeah, the other belts are from companies that perhaps nobody really listened to. You know, I mean, never watched. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, yeah, it's cool. You got some belts. You know, she just got one from Red Pro this past weekend.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's good. But the other belts, it's kind of like, who? You know? But they booking her strong. That's for sure. She's she's the CEO. You know what I mean? So I didn't expect it for her to lose, to be honest, because the way they've been booking her. You know what I mean? I didn't think this would have been the show to pull the trigger. even though Winters was in her backyard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she got the reaction, the Homer reaction, that's for sure. But
I will say I liked the fact that the Royal Guards were holding all of Mercedes' belts. I thought that was like a nice touch, a great entrance. I got to give a big shout out to Windsor for countering the statement maker, and she had pulled off like a double sharpshooter. I thought it would. At first, I thought it was going to be sloppy, but it ended up turning out to be a nice spot. The crucifix bomb, definitely a good spot overall.
no,
Just
she arrived.
yeah,
Winter's here.
yeah, definitely. All right, next one we got Mister Put him in a pretzel. Sorry, Zack Saber Jr.
You didn't
against.
go fall asleep. I mean, that's what they be saying. That's what they be saying. I ain't say that, but man, fuck, I thought Nigel McGuinness was gonna get that one. To be
you
honest,
you thought, yo, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't. I was like, if it's gonna happen against anybody, Zach is the perfect person because Zach can take a loss like that and it really doesn't hurt him. But at the same
hmm
time, like Nigel is Nigel. And I think that was the biggest part about AEW Forbidden Door is that all the hometown people, they got their love. You know, out of towners got their love too. But the crowd was hot for Nigel. Crowd was definitely hot for Nigel going forward. But I know that it just feels too soon because he's come back not that long ago. And it just feels like at this point right now, they want to make sure he can stay healthy before they even commit to putting some time on him. To putting a title on him. Sorry, my wife was texting me. Did you have any other thoughts on this match? I enjoyed it. It was a great technical wrestling match, but it was a Zack Saber Jr. kind of match, if you know
yeah,
what I mean.
yeah. No, I always enjoy Saber Jr. You know what I mean? Seeing his
Mhm.
rise throughout the years. To be honest, I never expected for him to be holding that belt in New Japan. You know what I mean? That usually be for bigger motherfuckers. And surprised that he still got that belt, but man, he had grown throughout the years. So I was excited, you know what I mean, looking forward to watching that match just because of Zack Sabre Jr., Nigel, I was hip to him, but I didn't really follow his career. Desmond Wolf, but it was good for him just getting that opportunity. Yeah, you could tell there was certain spot that he's still kind of like his timing is not there,
Right.
but it's not McGuinness. Look, with the little video package before the entrance, it was pretty cool. I enjoy that match.
It was cool. And I think it did what it needed to do. I like the fact that Brian Danielson was on commentary to give the match a little bit more punch and insight. Overall, it just felt like it felt more like a Ring of Honor match with just a bigger budget.
Mm.
If I could say that without sounding too cliche.
I
Uh
mean, yeah,
yeah, so we don't know.
facts are
Sorry.
facts.
When I'm holding my hand up, it's because my camera keeps moving around. It's like tracking on it, so I have to stop it. Moving on, we had the World Tag Team Championships. We had the Hurt Syndicate. We hurt people.
Yeah.
We hurt people. We hurt people versus FTR versus Brodito. I'm okay. So Cheech, like I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it's like this team works to me, but it kind of doesn't because it's like it feels like this team was thrown together.
Oh,
Brodito. It just
yeah,
feels like
they literally took a note from WWE. That's for sure.
yeah, they sure did.
Put random and together. I mean, I think they Pro Wrestling Gorilla, right?
Hmm.
PWG.
Hmm.
Well, I guess that's where they met and they ran, together back then. So they know it's just kind of like an op pairing, you know. Brody Lee, God bless him. Brody King, you know what I mean? Like he's growing on people. He's outspoken. I think he even got some Adidas deal type of shit. You know what I mean? What up, Greg? That's pretty dope. You know what I mean? But Bandito is man. He was hot. Then he got hurt. So it's kind of like that. that vibe that he had at that time kind of like it went away. So he brought him back. He's the ROH top champion, right?
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how much ROH. I believe they have a pay-per-view tomorrow. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, but you I don't know if you heard there was some rumors. I don't know if you want to enlighten me with that with the Herb Syndicate not wanting to drop the belts. That's why a third party was inducted. You want to get into that, or you could care less? I don't know. Just
I,
your opinion.
my thing about that is like if it doesn't come directly from the source, I don't care because like if that's the case, I understand it, but the Hurt Syndicate can only go so far as they allow it to go because eventually we want to see like either Lashley go after go on a singles run or Benjamin or MVP. I wouldn't be surprised, Cheech, though, if that obviously was the case, because it just feeds into the BS about MVP being and the Hurt Syndicate being like difficult to work with, which I don't believe, in my opinion. I just don't believe it. Yo, shout out to Mrs. JoJo on sports
JoJo,
on Sports for You Wrestling, the Caribbean mommy. And you can
say
catch her
word.
on Hot Takes After Dark. Yeah, she's
Okay.
Cuban. She's Cuban, Dominican, Puerto Boricua, and Haitian, according to what she said on
According to her Wikipedia.
according to her Wikipedia.
Okay. Shout
Uh,
out.
so we had a return. We had a return in this match, though, I will say. And it happened from the 0 hour. Queen Aminata Thekla continued to brawl. And then Julia Hart and Sky Blue were basically working to basically capture Queen Aminata. And then Jamie Hayter showed up. Haterade. She made a shocking return, but it just felt like this was kind of thrown in just to get a return. I hear you, bro. I hear you. I felt like this was thrown in to get the return. But Brody King, this was his breakout moment. He was the star of the show, and the crowd was completely white hot for him. And this is my thing. They just won the tag team championships. I think if he wouldn't have been thrown into this match, they could have done some more with Brody King. But this is great. This gets a little bit of a push on Brody King and Bandito. Sorry,
Oh, definitely.
Brodito. But
Yeah, the
going,
name is ass. The name
I,
is ass for real.
it just,
Brodito.
you would have, if
Brodildo.
you could actually take Brody King away from this and put Matt Riddle in this, and it still fits. You could
Yeah.
literally do that. Moving on,
Yeah.
we had the unified championship between the Rainmaker Okada and the mogul himself, Swerve Strickland. Now the ring psychology was on 10 for this one, and you knew business was about to pick up when Jim Ross was on commentary for this match. And
Oh, where?
Okada, yeah, Jim Ross was on commentary for this match. The crowd's energy was palpable for Swerve, but this felt like Wrestle Kingdom Okada out there. It felt different.
That's why he show out, right?
Yeah, that's when he shows out. Matter of fact, you take it from here because you actually can drop the knowledge on it.
No, no. I mean, I ain't saying nothing that nobody knows. Especially if you follow his career. Kill Shot. Let's bring his name back. Kill
Mm.
Shot. He's here to stay. He's a main eventer, and you know what he's capable of doing, and they got good chemistry, man.
Yeah,
And yeah, so it was one of them matches, especially that's the type of match that you need that type of setting. You know what I mean? At the O2, you got people engaged. They were kind of like the bad guys and the good guy. Um, so in Killshot, I mean, I guess he was hurt. And look at the match that he was able to produce. You know what I mean, with Okada, but you know. I want them to bring that, lore, what I mean, of Okada, because it seems like in the state they haven't gave him no justice, but they were overseas, so they're like, yeah, we're gonna give it to you. We're gonna give it to you.
Overall, I thought this match was pretty good. Okada going after Swerve's neck, and then his hobbled knee. It just, like I said, it's just that's what I like to see from Okada. Mercedes Moné has 9 titles, only one matters. She beat 8 jobbers. These women still has to work a regular job. Damn.
Oh, tell her how you feel.
Yeah, tell me how you really feel. So moving on, we had a match that I was ready for. We had the timeless one, Toni Storm against the forever champion, Athena. Now, I don't know, man. I going into this, I was fearing for Toni Storm's safety because you had Athena, you had Billy Starks, like you had like Athena was on 10 the entire match. And with Brian Danielson on commentary, just pointing like little tidbits of information out about Toni not being able to wrestle her original style because of her neck, kind of building the story for us and kind of telling us what we're going to see. Yo, give me your thoughts on this match.
Athena been on fire. I love to see her getting this platform to be able to show y'all motherfuckers what the fuck she been doing in the fucking ROH Zero Dark Hour, whatever the fuck, because nobody really watches it, but she should have won that match. She should have won
Honestly,
that match.
she
I
should
mean,
have.
Toni Storm, good riddance. Good. You know what I mean? She been putting on, but enough is enough, man. Put respect on Athena's name, bro.
Man.
And it didn't disappoint because I know what to expect in a match like that, but it's just the outcome wasn't what I wanted.
Yeah, it wasn't what I wanted either. I will say, like the shotgun drop kick to the LED board with a short circuited, loved it. The old face on the apron, like, come on, man! Like, why could Athena not get this W? I wanted it. We could have had a winner takes all match with her and Mercedes Moné. Like they could have built something off of that. Like, I don't think it hurts to not, take the title off Toni Storm, but overall, the women cooked. Women have been just putting on better wrestling and sometimes than the men. And it's just, it's not a gender thing. It's just talent. It is what it is. That's my take on
Facts.
it. That's, or as Cheech likes to say, factory.
Factory.
Okay. All right, but Toni Storm is still your AEW Women's World Champion. Moving on from that, we have the AEW World Championship between Hangman Adam Page and the Salt of the Earth, MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Man, let me tell you something. This was the official main event, but like, I don't know. This was probably one of the better matches of the night. Not that there was a terrible match. It's just that this match had so much riding on it with MJF and Hangman, who got arguably the biggest pop of the night, and the fans sang along to MJF's theme. It was pretty neck and neck. The tombstone on the broken table almost ended in a count out. And I think they pulled a little bit from Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa from their I don't know if it was from their street fight, but it was from their pre-match after that, where
The feud.
their previous match after that, where in the feud, like Ciampa took a power bomb to the concrete and the fans chanted, "You deserve it." Well, MJF exposed the turnbuckle, okay, but Hangman sent him face first into it, and crowd chanted, "You deserve it." A fight forever chant broke out. This was quality, but you knew MJF wasn't really going to pull this off. Thoughts on what do you think is next for MJF and this match?
man. MJF, I know he's still gonna be lingering in championship, um, what I mean, search for it will be number three for him if he wins the title again,
I
or
think so.
second.
I think it might be
Yeah,
the I want to say the second. I don't know. I'll say
sure.
the second or third.
Yeah, yeah. No, but I think MJF, they have to bring him back to his essence, because they've
Mm,
been bullshitting and shit, and I think they should just give him, the steering wheel, let him drive, what I mean, all gas, no brakes, and let him take him to the promised land. But overall, the match, man, like you said, Page, with that ovation when he came out, what I mean, that pop, man, he's growing on me. I remember seeing him when he was in ROH, what I mean, like a follower. Now he's like the face of that company, like bread, what I mean, day one ish type of shit. But man, Paige and MJF could turn into one of them classic feuds that they go on some Cena, Orton, 2004 SummerSlam, then 2007 SummerSlam, and then just the other day, and what I mean, multiple matches. It's like kind of them them opponents that make you be the great, the best that they could. They bring the best out of each other. I think that's gonna
hmm
be that feud.
Absolutely, dude. It's for the love of the game. At the end of the day, it's all about what makes the crowd feel, and when you put people who bring the best out of themselves, it's going to create magic. And again, Hangman and MJF, we can revisit this down the line next year or months from now, and it's just going to be as good as it was during Forbidden Door. Finally, I'd say this was interesting. I mean, if you want to call it the match of the night, however, I don't care. There was so much going on. It was the lights out steel cage match between Team Osprey versus the Death Riders and the Young Bucks. Now, we all know Will Ospreay is going to be away for a while, and we wish him a speedy recovery. Um, but he wasn't out there. He was wrestling. It was his life on the line. There was so
Yeah.
much. There was
It,
so much going on in this match that it was. You got the norm. You got the John Moxley spot. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like
Darby
anytime
Allen.
the Darby Allen taped to a chair and stabbing through his ear with a fork. Like I was
What
like,
the
okay.
fuck?
I'm like,
Yeah, that
oh
was like, if you're into horror, you know what I mean, like that type of gory shit. It was
yeah,
perfect.
I,
And so to some people probably enjoyed it, but like that's not the type of wrestling, let's say stuff like that. Like I'm good on that, but hey, to each his own. If he just do that in like pay-per-views and I don't see that on a Wednesday night, on Thursday or Saturday, whenever the fuck Collision is, I'm fine with that. You know what I mean?
yeah. You're absolutely right because it's like if you're gonna do it, make it mean something. I don't want you taking a suplex on Spike at a AEW Dynamite show in Nebraska, in Omaha, Nebraska, and nobody's going to remember that spot. You just basically got damn near paralyzed for 5,000 fans and nothing to show for it. But with this, it actually like it had meaning a little bit. But I wasn't really, like I said, once you've seen it, it's like, all right, it doesn't feel like it means anything no more. Osprey being the guy who pretty much got fucking killed at the end with the chair wrapped around him. Kenny Omega wasn't technically cleared to wrestle the match as stated by Excalibur. So they're putting some poise and some story on it. My thing is this was just if you wanted to tell someone what AEW is about at Forbidden Door. Just play this match and just sit there and let them watch, because everybody hit their triggers, pun intended. Everybody did what needed to be done. Obviously, we got a send off for Will Ospreay. He might be back in like 6 months, or I could see him back at least possibly by Wrestle Dream, Double or Nothing. Never know. My thing is that going forward, this was a great pay-per-view, a typical AEW pay-per-view, but it delivered. I give it a B.
B. Yeah, I could say I'll say a B minus, just to be nice.
Yeah.
You know, there were some matches that my attention, wasn't there, and John Moxley's still there. You would think that he was gonna, and then go away for a while, and we forget about whatever. What's the name of his group?
Death Riders.
The Death Riders, the Dick Riders. No, fucking I thought it would have gone away, but the thing with Osprey, I don't know. Like they did all that, we knew he was fucking hurt. Like why can't he just leave on his own and we don't see him toward then? No, he gotta get beat up.
It was
So
he was in London. He wanted to be on that show no matter what happened.
yeah, no, that's cool. But I'm saying instead of getting jumped at the end, like he leaves
Just
on his own.
just lose.
And yeah, I came for you guys, but now I'm gonna get taking care of his neck or whatever,
Yeah, nah,
But
they could have just
they did
like
the much.
they could have just crippled his ass, pinned him.
Yeah, and that's
It would have
it.
it would have had a more dramatic send off. I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah,
Moving on from that, before we go into our next one, like I said again, make sure you get your tickets for Tacos and Tequila and Tacos and
Tequila.
Tequila.
So tell me again. So who's at the Chicago show?
Man, no problem. We could definitely go back to the Chicago show.
Shout out to Just.
Yeah, Just, you got to be there, Just. So Just,
Be there.
we Saturday, September 20th. We're looking at Ludacris, Timberland, Trina, Trick Daddy, David Banner, Paul Wall, Bubba Sparks, Murphy Lee, DJ Ashton Martin. So make sure you cop them tickets at tacosandtequilachicago.com. Now, the one that we are going to be at,
Avon, check them out.
Avon, September 27th, Crusher Stadium. We got Lil Jon, Timberland, Genuine, David Banner, Twister, Paul Wall, Mike Jones, Young Jock, and DJ Wiki. So I'm really interested in seeing all of them perform. Yo, have you been to a Tacos and Tequila festival before?
I have not been to one, but I'm aware of their assistance. I believe Mass Republic have been part of the Tacos and Tequila out west. So of course the Lucha Libre insertion. That's where we came in. All right. By the way, shout out to JT. You know what I mean? Shout out. And it's a vibe. It's a vibe, because I've been to all but I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the one, and stay tuned because there's gonna be some what is it? Fuck.
There's going to be some content that we're going to put out.
There you go. and some we're gonna raffle tickets.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing some giveaways
giveaway. Fuck, I couldn't get the damn word.
It's okay, man. It's okay. Tacos and Tequila is a mind-blowing experience. Has my colleague losing his mind. Oh, listen, he ain't been there. So if you see him with a cape on, if you see him jumping in a Lucha Libre match, get out the way. This is his first time, and he's gonna make it happen. He's gonna make it known.
Tequila's involved.
Yo, shout out to Social House Media, Tacos and Tequila. Big shout out to Melissa. Thank you for having us on there. And last but not least, I want to wrap it up with, again, we got the Cincinnati show at tacosandtequilacincinnati.com. That's Lil Jon, Bow Wow, Soulja Boy, Pretty Ricky, Cabillionaire, Paul Wall, P. Pablo, Twista, spitting it fast like Twista, Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones, Bubba Sparks, and DJ Ashton Martin. October 4th, Saturday, out in Florence, Kentucky. Make sure you get your tickets. Tacos and Tequila. Love you, Social House. We love you. We love you. Love you. Thank you for having Marks with Mikes. Come be a part of this. We will not disappoint you. Moving on. Now that we've moved away from AEW, Cheech, let's get into NXT Heatwave. We'll run through this really quickly. We'll get to Clash in Paris, and then we'll close it out with whatever else is on the table.
Yeah.
We gonna be feasting. So NXT
Let's go.
Heatwave, the lesser of the two, obviously shows just because of the way that the card was booked. As this is an NXT, this basically felt like an episode of NXT instead of more like a PLE. That's completely fine. So we opened up with a number one contenders triple threat between Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan, and Lola Vice. I was feeling it. All these women look good. They wrestle good. I'm pretty sure they smell good. I'm pretty sure that they take good care of themselves, good care of their bodies. They looked cut out there. Loved all of these women. However, I was surprised at the winner because I was not expecting Lola Vice to win, but
No.
I'm not
No.
mad at it. I thought
At
Lola
all.
Vice was destined for AAA, and that was it. So the fact that Lola Vice won means that there's probably going to be a good chance she gets that NXT Women's Championship, and they pretty much could take her over to AAA and do something with her over there.
Word.
I was feeling, like I said, Booker T goons so damn much. He is out of pocket, but hey, it's King Booker. We love him. Did you manage to catch this?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like I said, I was surprised that Lola actually, you know, came on top. Pause. But um, what was her name? James, Miss Parker.
Jada
I
Parker?
thought, yeah, Jada Parker. I thought it was gonna be her. 'Cause I think her time is coming. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
she just ready to bust through that ceiling. You know what I mean? Glass ceiling. But the most believable wrestler out of all of them is Lola Vice. Her
Mm-hmm.
kicks real, her punches look real, and she gotten better. You know, she gotten better with time, and now, of course, with exposure in AAA, it makes sense. Like you just said, put the strap on her, send her to Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
and bro, it is money.
It's
I
money.
mean, whatchamacallit, she's not too bad looking to look at, if you catch my drift, you know what I mean? So
Yes, sir.
marketable, you know what I mean, all over.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
very marketable. We
Tacos
should
and tequila.
tequila. I was just about to say you have Lola Vice for
Uh,
taco. That's tacos and tequila for
yeah,
real.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And she said her fists don't lie. Listen, this what I saw when this woman was fighting. I seen I seen what she did against Hannah Stone. I seen what she did against a lot of those women that she fought. Lola Vice is the real deal. Um, big shout out to her. So moving on, we had the NXT tag titles with Hank and Tank versus Darkstate.
Oh
Now,
boy.
I thought the pause god Cutler James was going to be the one to be involved in this match, but it looks like it was between Osiris Griffin and Dion Lennox. So with without saying too much, I mean this match was cool. Dark State doesn't have a leader, and that's cool to me. It's nice to see something like that, but I'm still not sold on Dark State yet. There's something missing, and I just don't know what it is. It was like, go ahead, Cheech, because
Before I forget, because my brain cells are fucking what you just said. What about it actually unveiled that there's actually somebody behind the dark state?
who
You
you
know, would that make things more interesting,
it
or still
depends.
there?
It
Would
depends
it?
on who. Because if it would have been Trick Williams, I would have been a little bit invested. But Trick doesn't need that though. He don't need that. My thing is
Um,
that who benefits the most in NXT from being the leader of Dark State?
that's the thing. Like, who will benefit? So I'm just throwing names out there. You know, Ron Killings,
No,
but I know it could have been. You know, you got Apollo Cruz. Where the fuck Apollo Cruz been, right?
that would be cool. But why would of
Yeah,
all.
it's just throwing shit at the wall, see what sticks, and it sounds good on paper, but no, it's just you know. But I don't know. Dark State don't do it for
They
me,
don't
and
do it for me.
Hank
I'm
and Tank,
this
it's
they could have done without this match, but I know they needed to put Dark State out there. I'm not trying to be negative. My thing is just from a fan's perspective, the consumer, they're not connecting with me nor you. It's just not working. Like,
can it be, let's say, the opponents that they've been facing?
no, because if you think about it, when they were attacking Trick Williams and when they were going after everybody else on the roster, I'm like, okay,
Ooh, check. Oh, look at what John said.
it's either Trick or Javon. I I want to
Oh,
now. It benefits Javon more because
Yes,
he calls
Javon.
himself the young OG, and Dark State is ran by the young OG. That could mean something, and Javon could use Dark State to help get the NXT Championship off of
From all,
Obafemi, much how
yeah.
Tony D'Angelo used the D'Angelo family to get the NXT North American title off Obafemi. That works. The problem is
Wow.
when you got a dude in the group who keeps saying the most pause worthy shit. Hey, yo, you got me on that one. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that. When you got a dude in Dark State who keeps saying the most pause worthy stuff, it's like, okay, man.
That's the thing. It took it away because I thought there was some mean machine about to fuck. Bro, they came out with the let's say the shield for a short period of time when they were rocking the skull shit. I'm
yeah.
like, oh, okay, then they put it on them. They gotta be something. And then you got the dude that is kind of like, what the
What?
fuck?
Like like I get he's saying it to stand out, but it's like, bro, that's like they're a combination of between the Shield and and Retribution a little bit. But it's like when you got somebody to say, "Yeah, we're gonna stay up your butt," I'm done. I'm out. I'm out. Yo, when y'all want to smarten up and want to actually like be serious, I'll be back. Until then, like I'm moving on. All right, we gonna move on to the next match because I wasn't feeling Dark State winning. What I was feeling was this next match. We had JC Jane versus Masha Slamovich versus Ash by Elegance for the TNA Knockouts title. Now,
Man,
somebody had to get it back in blood. Somebody had to get it back because I don't know what part me and you were talking. Me, you and JT were talking, and we were like, I don't know what part of this TNA partnership meant that their talent had to keep having their titles taken from them by developmental stars. When you got established people in your division losing to the developmental talent in WWE, like where's the
where's the love?
where is it? So
Yeah,
it was my pick was Ash by Elegance, but I was like maybe Masha Slamovich. Boy, to my surprise, when Ash by Elegance got that W, my
Ex-
surprise was I'm like, hey, yo, shout out to Cleveland, Ohio, Seven Hills. We are here. Ohio is back on top again. Yo, I know Ash catches a lot of flack for her match quality. I don't give a
she
shit.
gotten better,
She's gotten way better. And
way better.
this Ash by Elegance would beat the shit out of Dana Brooke.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we
Yeah.
it's levels. It's levels. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
It's just levels. My thing, yo, I was really feeling this, man. This was, and I got to put respect on JC Jane's name. Like I said, JC has
She didn't
shown
even
that
get pinned.
she didn't even get pinned. No, but she looks strong going into this. She looks strong coming out of this. What do you got up for this match?
It caught me by surprise. I thought Slamovich would have been easy bet. Um, I'm happy for the hometown girl. I wasn't expecting that, but that's good. I think she had come a long way, and for them to actually, respect her and doing it at the place of where she came from, pretty much.
Hmm.
I know it gotta be gratifying to her, but my thing is, Mr. Carlos Silva, yo, y'all just got the women's title back to TNA. Can we get some more excitement? My man with a trucker hat, just like, like, be happy, motherfucker. You just
Hmm.
got belt back, man. No, but overall, you know what I mean. The match, I think it could have, for TNA get their belts back or whatever. It would, I guess, if it would have been at a TNA, program or something like that. So to me, it didn't have the same effect, you know. So
Hmm.
yeah. So I didn't see what happened tonight. So I don't know if they did anything, but yeah, man, good for Dana Brooke, aka Ash, by Elegance.
I will say this. That was probably one of the better, women's matches. Which surprised me because I thought this next match was going to be the show stealer, and it wasn't. And that was Blake Monroe versus Jordan Grace. Now, it was it left more room to be desired because if you're talking shit about and just making so many disparaging personal attacks, you should be getting the belt to ass treatment. And I don't feel like Blake got that at all during this match because it's Jordan's working the normal style and there's doesn't seem to be any sense or feeling of anger or resentment. It just felt like a normal match, even though and I gotta say Blake's character work is phenomenal. It is absolutely phenomenal. I cannot say how much she plays it so well. But with Jordan just she didn't destroy her like I thought they were going to have her do. And I thought that was the key point for me was like, where was that flair? Because like if somebody's talking trash about you and making personal attacks, you're gonna show up and you gonna put belt to ass. Just didn't feel like that. Even with the silent hush of the crowd when Jordan's face crashed into that turnbuckle and Monroe pinned her, it was just like, man, this match could have had so much more, and it felt flat in my opinion. Um,
So
that's
so let's talk about it.
yeah, go for it.
Jordan Grace, how do you rate her? You know, stay so far in NXT.
Honestly, bro, like I was thinking that she should be on the main roster, but now I just think she needs more time to cook. I'm just not ready to see her on the main roster right now. I just don't.
Lackluster.
I just don't think that she will. It's not that she's not a great talent. I just think that the presentation of her has not been as visible and as recognized as it was in TNA. Like in TNA, she was like a monster. In NXT, she's like, oh yeah, she's the powerhouse, but
Mhm.
she's not the killing machine that she was in TNA. And that's my take on it. I could be wrong. I think the show was an absolute cinema. No, that was a no brainer. I mean, yeah, to a degree, but like I think we sometimes overstimulate NXT and we give them credit and but we also want to obviously criticize as fans.
No, this was definitely a filler. It
Yeah,
felt like a filler.
it just didn't fit. And you would think a match of this caliber, Cheech, would have some bad blood behind it. It just didn't feel like it. It felt like a regular televised match. What didn't though? Chelsea Green and Ethan Page against Tavion Heights and Tyra May Steele. Um, Now shout out to Tyra. Shout out to Tyra. She follows me on Twitter. She watches the show. Big respect to her. So, um, I just want to see her tear somebody's head off. They, the way they have her looking like '06 Kurt Angle out there, crowd ain't really feeling her. and I'm loving that the fact that they're reacting to her like that, because this is kind of how they treated Kurt Angle too in the very beginning of his time in WWE. So I'm not
Hmm.
necessarily worried about how they're booing her. She's an awesome talent. She's a Olympic gold medalist. Crowd was hot for Ethan Page and Chelsea Green. This match, it was
Yeah.
fun. This was a fun match. Like this was
Oh,
it.
definitely.
This match deserved to be on the card, and this is big for Tyra because this is like kind of her first big PLE match where she can showcase what she can do. And I noticed that the disconnect is there from the crowd, but she'll catch on so quickly. And she didn't do anything wrong in my opinion. She's just doing what she's told to do. And I would love to see her go on a I'm better than you because I have a gold medal run. I think that's something that she can personally pull off because she has the attitude. She just got to make everybody else see it. What was your take on this?
Yeah. Bro, Chelsea Green, Ethan Page are fucking money.
Keep them there. Keep them
Bring up,
together.
no, oh yeah, keep them together, but I want them on SmackDown.
Woo!
That stage is too little for them, bro. Let them cook, like the kids talk this day. Let them cook. Give them that platform on SmackDown. Chelsea Green, Ethan Page, bro, print the money, man. Bro, the chemistry and Chelsea Green, man. Shout out to her, man. She's been like an MVP, like whatever, from the Untold or whatever the fuck that show was, being in the spotlight. And we know, you know what I mean, like from watching her throughout the years. But the new people, I forgot her name, the Olympian.
Tyra May
You could,
Steele.
yeah, TMS, whatever.
Team.
um, PMS. No, but she's there for a reason, you know what I mean? And she's gonna get better with time. But it's also the dance partner that you got. They put them with Chelsea Green and Nathan Pace because they know they were gonna put on for the young OGs. You know what I mean? So,
Mm.
man, I actually enjoy that match.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. And Chelsea Green, she can work with anybody. She makes everybody look good. Every single person. It is. She can make a pencil. She can wrestle a pencil and make it look good. Overall, I thought it was a great match. I had fun watching it. I was a fan of it. I was a fan of everybody who was involved in it. Now we got to move on to the main event. Listen. Yo, this was the match of the night for a reason, man. We had
Mm.
we had
Bouncy.
we had the young OG, man. He's bouncy. Javon Evans against the NXT champion, the ruler, the ruler, the ruler, the ruler.
Yeah.
Obafemi. Let me explain. Oba's entrance, it just I get chills. I literally get chills watching it. And this was a very stiff, brutal, and just physical match. And I gotta say, their rivalry is nothing short of incredible.
No, and remind the people how old is Javon?
What is he like? 21 or
Two?
2?
21, 22?
22? Yeah, dude. I think him and Roxanne Perez are like around the same age or whatever, or close to it. Or him and Thea Hale or whatever.
Yeah.
Bro, for somebody who's that young and wrestles like that, he's got
He
it.
got it.
He's got it. So you expect to see that NXT title on Javon's waist by like Stand and Deliver next year.
And he's tall too.
Oh
Like he's
yeah.
tall and he do all that. But to me, like, well, he took that crazy ass bump, bro. He was taking two bump, and it's like, man, you need control yourself. You don't have to take a bump. But remind you, he's young. He want to get the pops or whatever. So I think he needs to settle down. You know what I mean, a little bit with the old stuff. But that define him because bouncy or whatever. But I don't know. The kid definitely got charisma,
Mm.
and like my boy Greg says right here, Javon's going to win the NXT title soon.
I'm
I
calling
second that, Greg.
either stand and deliver or NXT New Year's Eve
with the help of the Dark State.
with the help of the Dark State.
Hey,
Hey, you
yes.
heard it. You heard it here from Cheech first. If that happens,
Yeah.
we are clipping that. It came from Cheech. It came from Cheech. So
Listen,
Obafemi pressed him up. I think y'all remember that Road to WrestleMania mode back in one of those WWE games where Big Show had Rey Mysterio up and he just like threw him out the ring onto the announce table. Yeah, they recreated that against Oba and Javon Evans. A holy shit chant broke out, and yeah, obviously Oba hit the falling grace. 1, 2, man, send Oba to the main roster. Royal Rumble. He needs to be in the next Royal Rumble match. He needs to take out like 5 or 6 people, and it just needs to look very convincing because that dude,
but
he's
come in as a heel,
yes,
as
he
a heel.
he don't even need to speak. I don't even want to hear him. He could talk, but I don't even want to hear him speak. Just show up, beat people's ass, and leave. That's how I think. That's how I think it should go. That's how I personally think it should go. He should actually like walk to the main roster as NXT champion, and like he probably should stay NXT champion until they finally decide to go with Javon, or if they decide Jasper Troy is a better fit. Overall, I give this PLE like I say like C plus B minus at the most.
You being nice. It's like you said. I guess a lot of people's sentiment. It felt like a regular NXT show, Wednesday show.
Yeah,
It's just the logos and all that stuff. It felt put together, but it was entertaining, bro. It's more content. We're talking about it, so thank you, WWE, for being petty.
they are the kings of petty, especially when it's like, um, you think about some of the stuff that WWE has done over the years, just the business practices, running a show the same day as AEW or running a show across the street from another. Like they just want the money. TKO
Yeah,
or
bro.
they
I'm sorry. Talk about it.
go.
I heard something about
You got a rumor?
well, you could say it's a rumor. You want to just go there?
Yeah,
So let's
I
get
don't.
there.
Yeah. Go ahead. Kick off the rumors and news.
Yeah, because then again, I forgot what company. Some company of wrestling was gonna go to Tubi or something like that.
And then what? They got the rug pulled from them under them.
And suppose Tubi, I guess, is owned by Fox. So
Mm.
according to the rumor innuendo, Stephanie McMahon was like, "Bro, you don't need no wrestling. We got you wrestling." And Evolve is on Tubi, right?
Right.
So so that's why all the rumors about trying to monopolize and MLW and the lawsuit and all this bullshit. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. I guess they're like, nah. If we having wrestling, y'all ain't having no wrestling.
And why do you think that is?
Hmm.
Why do you think that is?
They want to control the market. You
They
know?
always want to control the market. That's
Yeah.
that's the that's the problem with them.
Because now it's corporation, right? You
hmm
know, so they want the money for themselves.
So another rumor that we want to point out, this was actually brought up by Cheech and JT. So according to WrestleVotes, several Raw episodes are listed to start at 7 p.m., which is a product test, Eastern Standard Time. And those days are September 15th, September 22nd, and the 29th. They've
Oh,
made these decisions were made to see as how the show performs with an earlier start time against Monday Night Football. Y'all are gonna. I'm gonna just say this: they're gonna need that head start because I'm telling you right now, if the shows aren't on point, the viewership is going down. And I'm telling you right now, if my Baltimore Ravens are playing, I don't care if they got Stephanie Vaquer, Bianca Belair, and Jada Parker and Lola Vice in a four-way Wahoo, I'm switching the channel. I'm sorry. I see y'all at 300 times a year. I only see my Ravens play like 18, and I'm sorry, 16. And if we manage to make the playoffs, it's maybe 17 or 18 if we're lucky. So my thing is, I'm cool with this. It's cool because like I like this little test run, but I like that idea just because by the time they get done, people can switch back to Monday Night Football. Or another thing that I'm thinking about is the earlier start times. We have more time to finish our time and continue discussions. Man, what was your take on this? Because I don't see a problem with it.
Well, it is Netflix because let's say, us men that we work hard, most of the time we don't catch the show at the time. We watch it as once we are at home later on the on the day. So I don't think it makes a difference. Let's say you got kids that watch wrestling, but they are at baseball practice, they are at soccer practice. By the time they get home and all that stuff, would that affect the viewership or whatever? I don't think so. But it's
Mhm.
more like international because remind you, this past shows, the show didn't Monday started at 3 or
Yeah,
2 o'clock.
it started at 3 p.m.
So yeah, so I haven't really seen too much of a uproar over that. These motherfuckers overseas. God damn it. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't think it's gonna be too much of a difference. People like you said, if you want to watch that, you're gonna watch it. You're gonna, maybe have two TVs if you really want to watch it. But since you have the alternative to replay it back on Netflix by using your VPN Nordstrom, no, it's like you're getting deal. No, you know what I mean? Like that's the only way you could, watch it live. When it happened. But I don't think it's a problem, man. It's corporation, bro. They just see money, money, money.
Yeah, and honestly, that's what it's all about. Business does not care about your feelings. Whatever makes
Fuck
money,
your feelings.
like the money over feelings, man. I'm sorry. You don't like seeing certain people. They don't care. They don't care. That's why Brock Lesnar came back. That you don't want to see Brock Lesnar. They don't care. Business does not care about your feelings, and that is where we have been for a long time.
They're like, we're
Also,
gonna bring Brock Lesnar, but what about if they start asking questions? Well, we'll get rid of the fucking press conference. And
they got to
voila,
play it. They got to play it for everything. You'll never be a step ahead of WWE. You'll never be.
neuralizer, like it never happened.
It never happened. Um, the WWE draft on ESPN. That would be
Hmm.
cool. I heard something about that, and I was thinking, yo, that would be cool. And if First Take covered it or whatever, or like had Stephen A. Smith up there because they'd be working him like a damn dog. So part of that 100 million means, hey, you got to do some stuff with WWE too.
You
So
gotta dance.
yeah, I think the WWE draft on ESPN would be good. I actually wanted to point out something. There is this bit of news. We won't call it news, but Dominic Mysterio was on the Rap on Wrestling pod show or podcast, and he said, like, yeah, he likes the War Games match, but he said, how cool would it be if there was a 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series match between Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and AAA. Yes, yes, get AAA involved. Yes, get AAA involved because they deserve to be there. But you could also even take out NXT and throw in TNA instead.
Yeah,
Just
but I like walking, but with all the talent, bring back the classic
six
Survivor
Survivor
Series.
Series. Yes,
The
we
5-on-5 or 6-on-6, whatever. Just, bro, get everybody paid, my nigga. But the war game is fine. Don't get me wrong, but it kind of like
we're,
for
we're
me, because war games is coming from WCW, right? North
right.
South, whatever. Survivor Series, which the first one I believe was here in Cleveland, in Richville,
Yep,
Ohio,
in 1988.
in 1988. come on, that
Bring
nostalgia, like, bro, that'd be amazing. And
bring it
then right
back.
there, you could even have multiple AAA guys. You got multiple, I mean, multiple TNA teams, bro. It'd be a happy fucking village. But I don't know. But
I,
that right there that you said,
mhm.
chef's kiss.
And I
Let
and
them cook.
let them cook. And to finish that out, like what war games matches are supposed to mean something. Okay, they haven't really meant anything in the last couple of years. If it ain't really the bloodline, what's the point of a war games match? You're just throwing
No,
super.
since they left NXT, right? To
Yeah,
be honest.
yeah. Honestly, NXT's war games matches actually meant something because they branched so many stories off of that. And we'll
Oh
leave
yeah,
it at that. And then
yeah.
obviously want to give a big shout out to Taz, AEW, well AECW. Um, they were basically they paid tribute to Taz yesterday, which I thought was pretty cool. His son was there at the 2300 arena. The nostalgia was through the roof. So want to give a big shout out to Taz. Hook debuted. Hook looks like he's been in the gym. I don't know. Like I got so much love for Taz. So
I was gonna say, how you like the setup, like that ECW feel, you
oh,
know?
I was
Let's
feeling
go.
that. I wish AEW would continue that going forward. It gives their show a underground wrestling fight club type feel, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. And I'm really rocking with that.
The
Um
residency, right? They're having a residency, right? That's what how you call it, say it?
yeah, yeah,
Residency.
something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
So that's pretty much, let's say, what Bad Bunny's doing in PR right now. Like, if you want to see Bad Bunny, you have to fly to Puerto Rico. So right now, I don't know how many people they hold there at the W Arena, but the fact that you have multiple days is great for, let's say, for wrestling fans that have, want to go to your
Definitely go.
show, and you wasn't able to go on this particular day, but then you could go the next day. You know what I mean? They have a Ring of Honor
Sure.
show. Oh, let me go. Who?
Oh, I either I glitched or you glitched, but I stopped
Oh,
hearing your audio. I'm sorry. Finish your point. I'm sorry.
no, no. I'm saying, like, the fact that that it's a smaller venue. You know what I mean? So you get the opportunity for more fans to come see your product. You know what I mean? And I think it's, it's kind of cool, even though, WWE was just there last week, but at the same time as this happening, supposedly there's the U some, I don't know if it's a union or people protesting because of the way they're how much they're getting paid for working at the 2300 arena. But that's not no here or there. Um, Tony Khan, bro, he made it. You know what I mean? He was a fan right there. He literally, because of Taz and Jericho, that's why he, created AEW from him, to put his money and be able to do that. You know what I mean? Call him a matchmaker or whatever, but dude wanted to do something and he did it. You know what I mean? So shout out to him because he gave a lot of wrestlers a place to work.
Yeah.
And even though if he's creepy and looking crazy, man, Tony Khan, look at him.
Man, listen, I got so much respect for Tony Khan. He's moving different. He's becoming less involved. He's acting more of a boss and less like a fan. And that's really all we all wanted to see from him. And um, I'm just happy that Tony Khan is thriving. Let's move on and get these predictions out the way for Clash in Paris, and then we'll wrap this show up. Unless we got some other business to attend to. So Clash in Paris obviously is going to be this Saturday. No, this Sunday. This Sunday out in France.
Two
So we'll
o'clock.
2 o'clock.
It's an early start. Yeah.
Yep. So hey, shout out to Hang 'em High. Yo, big shout out to you, bro. I'm gonna talk to you more. I'm probably gonna try to see if we can get you on the show one day. Let's run through these predictions real quick. All right, so I got the graphic for John Cena and Logan Paul. Obviously, I ain't really feeling Cena's last couple of appearances being wasted on Logan Paul, but obviously people did want to see this. I got Cena on this one. What do you think?
Um, man, with, man, that's a hard one because I could see Logan Paul actually
Yeah, me too.
um winning, and just give him a type of run. But then again, it's like, man, fuck him. You're what up, Sloan?
Yo, Susio
Checking
Sloan
out.
in the building. Susio boys, good to see you, Sloan.
Yeah, yeah. Brother. Um, yeah, man. I'm a, fuck, I'm gonna go with Cena. I'm gonna go with Cena. Super Cena.
Well, speaking of going with Cena, before you go with Cena, make sure you get a dub. You know what I'm saying? And when we talk about dubs, make sure you get your dubs from Dubby Energy. Make sure you use that promo code MWM for Marks for Mike's getting 10% off. Go to dubby.gg. Make sure you get your dubs because, like I said, I got John Cena getting the dub, but Cheech said he could also see Logan Paul getting the dub. Speaking of another dub, they've dubbed this as a good old fashioned Donnybrook match, which is pretty much what it's going to
Oh,
be with
yes, sir.
Rusev and Sheamus. This is going to be a hard hitting match. I personally do not care who wins this match, but if I'm a betting man, I'm going with Rusev.
Okay. Yeah, the Rusev. This is Rusev's first PLE, right? Since coming back.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, so good for him. You know, they are in not home turf, but you know what I mean? Like they're gonna get the reaction and hopefully they play it safe. But Sheamus need that Intercontinental title, man. That's the belt that elude him from his
yeah,
career. So I think that might be a story moving forward. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Rusev too.
yeah. Definitely, he definitely needs that. And even if Sheamus wins, he could set his sights on the Intercontinental title shortly after that. Well, hide your wives, hide your kids, and hide your shoes because we got Roman Reigns, tribal chief, the OTC, going against the tribal thief, Mr. I take your shoes and walk away, Mr. Shulafala himself, Bronson Reed. Now, I'm going to probably say something controversial, but I think Roman should take the L on this one. I personally think Roman should lose. I
I
personally
agree.
I personally think if Roman is going away to film Street Fighter, get him tsunami his ass and go.
Yeah,
Bye.
you got Bronson. You got Bronson already. He did it to Seth Rollins, right?
He did it to Seth Rollins. He's going to do it to
So
Roman Reigns. He did it to Jey Uso. Go ahead, Cheech.
yeah, man, dude, bro, that's all you gotta do.
Yeah,
That's you gotta do. Put in work and send them packing.
yeah,
When he come back, Royal Rumble time, and we deal with that. But the fact that Braun, he's gonna be on TV. He's still gonna be there. So, bro, put some respect on the dude. You pushing him as in aligning him with Seth Rollins. You know what I
mhm.
mean? So why not? And that's something that you elevating. And the fact that Roman Reigns loses, I don't think is gonna take away anything from him. He's still gonna be Roman Reigns. The motherfucker probably gets like 10 million a year type of shit. My man, my man working.
Yeah. And Roman has
Yeah.
to do the absolute least and makes the absolute most. Also, we
You're
have Matt added to the card, which I'm pretty sure they probably going to add another match to the card at the last minute. But we got the Women's Intercontinental Championship match between Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella. Now, I'm going to say that promo that they had last week on Raw. I mean, not last week, but a couple of days ago on Raw. I mean, I'm gonna just say I got Becky Lynch. I'm just gonna leave it at that and go from that. I got Becky Lynch.
Yeah. Are we talking about the Oxy Osbourne mention or not necessarily? What's the Nikki Bella part?
Dude, I just was like, you know what? I think they were trying to have a viral moment like what happened with Becky and Nikki in Brooklyn. Um and I feel like they tried to recreate that magic again and it just
fell flat.
Just fell flat in my opinion.
Too soon,
Too soon,
some might say.
too real.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't say too soon, but it's just like it's become the cheap thing to say now. And there's
You
times
gotta
where
be mindful too. You know what I mean? You gotta be mindful of how the people gonna hurt. Like, not saying that she's shooting from the hip, but maybe reach out to the fam before boom, boom, boom. But then again, some people saying Ozzy Osbourne would have loved it. You know what I mean? Because he's in the Hall of Fame of WWE, by the way.
yeah, and
Part of WrestleMania.
out of all the things Ozzy Osbourne has done in his life, I don't think he would have gave a shit that
Word.
that would have been referenced. So, and I keep saying, and I said this, and I believe Dom from Powerbomb Jitsu like backed up my statement. I said, y'all would have never survived what the Dudley Boys used to say in ECW, especially at Heatwave '99 in Dayton, Ohio. I don't think y'all would have never made it past the first 2 minutes. So I think people need to stop being so sensitive, personally, in my opinion. It's wrestling. That's what's going to be said. The wrestlers want to get heat. They want to get reaction, and they want to get you guys talking about them. And when you do, job well done. And to what was her name? Kelly Osbourne? Was it Kelly or whatever? She tagged the wrong account. She didn't even tag Becky Lynch. You tagged a fan account. Like, so not the fan waking up like, what she say fuck me for? Like, like she had nothing to do with it. I got Becky Lynch. Who do you have for this match?
Yeah, Becky Lynch should be winning that, man, because Nikki Bella, um in other words, but she's lifting up that belt. And Becky Lynch, I don't know, she's been cooking us up late. You know what I mean? So they probably gonna wanna keep rolling with that. I think once that belt goes to Nikki Bella, it's gonna lose, you know what I mean, value. You know what I mean?
And now that this has happened, Kelly Osbourne is going to have the same hate in her heart for Becky Lynch as this guy.
Let me tell you something about Bill Goldberg.
It never fails. And finally, to wrap up, we got LA Knight versus CM Punk versus Jey Uso versus World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm just going to keep it real. As much as I want any one of these guys to win, the person who makes the most sense to win is Seth Rollins. It makes no sense for him to cash in on Punk and to turn all three of these guys against each other when at one point they were all banding up to fight together. Somebody's going to get in the way. Rollins is going to sneak away with a win, and Rollins ain't dropping that title probably till either WrestleMania or I'd say Money in the Bank. Let's say Punk cashes in on him by winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, which I don't think would happen. I personally think Sami Zayn is going to be built to take the title off of Seth Rollins. Who do you got? I got Rollins.
Everything that you said, I agree, because it don't make no sense with you having a staple, everything that you went through to get that title, make believe that you was hurt and all this shit to just drop it in a few PLEs, like no, I don't know what they got in store. We're not almost on fall. He's gonna hold on that belt, but who is it gonna be? Because that's the expectations. Oh, is it gonna be CM Punk or this? Remind you, we still got that little I don't know, with Braun Breaker. You know what I mean? And those are the type of stories that make the best storylines. They're together than the other one, Alo Batista. You know what I mean? You turn on them, and that's your match for fucking WrestleMania.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So if we long term Monday night quarterback and Thursday night quarterback, no, but yeah, Seth Rollins is the right pick, man. If you know what you know. like my man right here says.
Rollins is a smart pick.
Yes, sir.
And that's the way that it is. Those are our picks for Clash in Paris. Unless they add some additional stuff to Clash in Paris, like another match or something like that.
Tune into our social medias.
Yes, tune
Y'all
into
see
our
it.
tune into our social medias. But as far as everything else goes, I think we've kind of covered pretty much everything that needed to be covered.
Yeah.
I wanted to cut the fat and leave the filler out just because when I do these shows, we got to cut the fat. Got to cut the fat.
Yeah. Thank you.
There's just a lot of times I just like, hey, we don't really have to talk about that. That's not necessarily relevant. And there's some other stuff that we just move forward from. And all I got to say moving forward is pro wrestling is awesome. Pro wrestling is dope. That's that. What you got, Cheech?
No, nothing, man. You know what I mean? Everybody be safe out there. It's a long weekend, Labor Day. Um, Shout out to JT, Dom, and all everybody over there in Buffalo, Westside Gun Day. Hope you are safe out there. Can't wait to hear all the stories. Um, man, Clash of Paris Sunday. You know what I mean? Just lounge out and chill. You know, hit me up at El Cheech Dice on Instagram. And yo, we here. Remember, tacos and tequila. We coming.
Yep. And it's looking like it's about that time. So one time because
Take them
Jay,
home.
yep.
Real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
Pretty Ricky, what they call him.
Yeah.
Yo, want to give a big shout out to JT. Our prayers are up for him. Make sure you send some love to JT on his socials, Marks with Mikes at Twitter, Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok. Want to give a big shout out to Cheech. Make sure you're following him on all his social media platforms as well as me. You know where to find me at. First, before we end this, I got to say, want to make sure you cop your tickets. Once again, we're going to keep saying this for the Tacos and Tequila show. We got the Saturday, September 20th show in Chicago. We got the Saturday, September 27th in Avon and Crusher Stadium. And lastly, we got the Cincinnati show in Florence, Kentucky.
That one's stacked.
Yo, that we got to be there for that one. So
Yeah.
that's what I really got to say about that. Acknowledge the Dynasty premiere will be Sunday. As well as the Kevin Cash show as well. We will find a time and get that going because we know Paris is going to be Clash in Paris is going to be fun. What, he didn't die? What the hell?
Yo, whoa,
Hey,
whoa. He
yo.
went Paul Heyman. He
Yeah,
went Paul Heyman.
Yeah, no, ain't no RIPJ. No. We ain't doing that. Anyway, make sure you follow us on all our platforms. Big shout out to Tacos and Tequila, Social House Media as well.
Social House?
Social House.
Rest in peace. Peacock.
Yo, it is the end of an era on Peacock. Clash in Paris will be the last PLE that is streamed on Peacock before they move to WrestlePalooza, which will be September 20th out in Indianapolis. Same place they had not at the same place they had the Royal Rumble at, but same city. Other than that, make sure you follow us on all platforms. This has been a great show. Chill, lay back as always. Dallas Cash, Cheech, a.k.a. El Jefe, a.k.a. I slap the shit out of you if you don't bring me my tequila. Don't make the mistake. Don't get it twisted. Factory reset. Get your life together. Have a fun, safe, and Marks with Mike's filled Labor Day weekend.